Hey guys, it's Tepco Cycle Repair. In today's video, we're going to be concentrating on the air box here, making sure that it's all sealed up good, working on the rear subframe on it, and if we have enough time, we're going to go ahead and start putting the plastics on. So this air box here, these are known to have problems with sealing issues around where the boot meets the box. This one already has an MX Bonds repair on it, and this is a kit that helps do that, seal it up, but I'm having some issue right in here. You can see where that's kind of pulled in right there. And if you look in here in the box, it's kind of like bowed out over there. And I don't like the way that looks right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull it off and just open it up and take a look at it. I don't know if you can see that in there, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this off right here and we'll take a look. All right, so this is that section here I was concerned about. You can see it was pulled in. You kind of see the line right here that's imprinted from this right here. So you got this right here was off. So we're going to get that fixed. And here's the inside piece here. That looks pretty nasty too. So I'm going to clean all this up and get all this crap off of here. And just reseal everything, clean this all up, reseal this, wipe everything down, get it all clean. For those of you that are like new to two-strokes and are realizing how awesome they are, you need to know that two-strokes breathe air through the air box into the carburetor, into the crankcase, okay? They go in the crankcase, and that's where you get your oil and fuel to cool the engine, the oil to lubricate the engine, and the air mixture goes through everything. So it goes through all your bearings down here, then it gets pushed up through the transfer ports up into your top end, lubricates the top end, fires, and it all gets done again. So you have to keep this part super clean. On a four-stroke, you're going to eat up your valves if it's dirty, your intake valve, but on a two-stroke, it is the life of the engine, and you'll kill it if you let your bike suck in unmetered air that you're not able to clean, or to keep clean through the air filter, or if you don't keep a good, nice, clean air filter that's oiled to trap all the dirt. You got to keep the air going into this carburetor super clean. So let's get this stuff all cleaned up here and get it all sealed, and we're back in business. Stand by. All right, so I got the surfaces cleaned up good here. I'm going to be using some Bond. I think that's going to work good. It's safe for chemicals and stuff, so some gaskets in there. It shouldn't have any problem. It's high temperature. Seals joint surfaces, elastic film, so it's a little bit flexible. I think it's going to work good. Resist oil, water, and gasoline. So I'm going to put a nice bead around here, and then put the other part on it, and kind of let it sit. Put the boot sitting on it, and just put the bolts in lightly so it holds it in place. I'm going to let it set up a little bit, and then I'm going to tighten it on. Just get that going. All right, guys. So I got it sealed in there. I sealed in between the boot and the box, and in between the plate on the inside right here and the box right there. So the only place it's going to seal right here when we put the air filter in, and you should only be getting air this way. This way no air will come in anywhere else. I don't have the bolts tight all the way. I'm going to let it kind of settle in. If you tighten it now, it'll want to squish, and I think that's why that part right there was kind of not in the right place. So I'm going to let it kind of sit right here for a minute, let it sit all up, and when it gets tacky, I'll tighten it back down in a little bit. This was all glue and stuff on here, so it's cleaned off. It's just a little bit of crusty glue, but that's from that side piece. It'll be all good. All right, that's it for now. Let me get this dried up, and I can tighten it up. All right, so it's all sealed up and tightened up. Just going to let it dry and set up, and that'll be good to go. Move on to the next thing. All right, subframe, carb boot, tank mount. Keep going. All right, got the radiators mounted up, hoses. We're moving right along. All right, guys, so I'm about to put this pipe on, and whenever you get something used, you want to make sure it's good to go. So I poured some gas in here, sloshed it around, and poured it out, and this is what I got. See all that nasty stuff in there? It's all carbon buildup. It was probably filled up to, you can see about that line right there of just black. The gas has turned black from all the carbon. So I'm going to rinse this out a couple times and try to get as clean as I can before I put the pipe on. All right, so I'm about to put the pipe on. When it comes to replacing these seals, there's not just these rubber ones, right? So I got 2 rubber seals here, all right? And the part number for that is right there. That's a Honda OEM part number. But don't forget, there's also a metal type of slightly crush washer. It's real thin. There's the part number for that. And that washer just goes right up inside and sits inside there. So I'll put a dab of grease just to hold it in place. And again, remember, this is it sucks air in the exhaust also. So when your two-stroke is working, it blows it out of the exhaust, and then it sucks some back in. It's called scavenging. So you're going to have some exhaust going in and out. That's why you want your exhaust pipe to be clean, and you want this area here to be all sealed up nice, and so it doesn't get any suction through here. If you got stuff and spooge dripping all out of here and a mess, get this sealed up. It should be clean underneath here. All right, so I'm going to throw the grips on here quick on the right side. This is, I think, the Motion Pro, I think, makes these. It's an aluminum throttle tube. I cut the end off here because I'm going to be running this one in the woods. So when you're sliding it on, if you're using glue, if you just slide it on there, you're going to get glue all inside here. So what I do, and by the way, this is the glue I'm using here, this plastic and emblem adhesive. All right, so what I do is I take a paper towel and I'll stuff it inside there. All right, just like that. So now when I slide the grip on, any glue that gets inside here, I'm going to grab this and pull it out, and it'll get any of the glue from out of there, and then I'll wipe it down, and then I'll slide I'll slide it all the way back on. I got it slid out also. All right, so let me get some glue on this and slide this grip on. All right, so there it is. I got the glue all on there. I'm going to go ahead and grab that paper towel, pull it out, and wipe it out, and it should be good to go. All right, there it is, perfect. Let me slide it back on and do the other side. All right, let's repack the silencer. Another important part of tuning the bike. Make sure the silencer is clean before you start jetting and doing all that kind of stuff. So these are T27s, 3 of these. I'm going to slide this out. So this never usually comes out easily because there's sealant around here. So I'm pulling this one out, and it looks like the internal part here is going to come out without the packing. So I'm going to have to dig inside there and get that nasty packing out. Look at that, no good. All right, so that's what we're looking at. All right, so I pulled that out of there. I've seen a lot worse, so not too terribly bad, but it's bad. But you want to pay attention to all these little holes here. You want to make sure they're all cleaned out, and you can see some of them are clogged up. So we're going to clean this all up, and I'm going to rewrap it in some new FMF two-stroke packing, and then we'll slide it back in. All right, so I got it slid in right here at the end. I'm going to put a little silicone here. This is just some gray gasket maker. And I'm going to slide it in all the way, wipe all the excess off, put the screws back in. I got this end lined up here, so let me push that in all the way. All right, so we're looking all good now. Sealed up, new packing. So let's slide it on. All right, let's get this front sprocket done here, 12 millimeter. All right, there you go, guys. That's a lot better. And for those of you that are wondering which way this goes on, this other one here, this is the primary drive one. It has the little flanged out section here, and it has something similar to that in the back. This one was on the wrong way. It's supposed to go on this way so that the flange part is out. The groove's on the inside. All right, so that's on right. Let's get the chain on. All right, so I have an X-ring chain here. If you look at these X-rings right here, you can tell. They're not, there you go. You see the lines on there? It's an X-ring. It's supposed to reduce the amount of friction on the rollers, on the side plates. So with a master link chain like this, it's gonna have your link here. It's gonna have your clip right there. It's gonna come with some grease. And what you got to do is grease this up real good. Stick the O-rings on. Make sure there's plenty of grease on that, as well as in here. Slide it through. Put your O-rings on. Then slide the other plate and then clip it on. So let me get that done. You always want this curved part here facing forward. And some of these clips will have a sharper edge on one side and a more dull edge on the other side. I always put the sharper side facing out. Alright guys, so the chain is on, front sprocket's on, the air box, boot, everything is on there. I got the pipe on, I got the radiators on, hoses, everything is getting done here. So I'm going to call it for this one. This is going to be it for this video. I still got some more to do. I think the next video, is going to be all the plastic, and it's going to be the shakedown run. This thing is ready to go, guys. I'm going to just get everything buttoned up here, put all the plastic on, and I'll reveal it in the next video. So you'll be able to see how the thing looks all completed, and I'll rip it around on the trails and see how it does. So hopefully, guys, you're liking this build. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'm dropping little ones in between about little other things I'm doing to it. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for further notifications, and also hit me on Instagram at TEPCO Cycle Repair. Until next time, guys, it's TEPCO Cycle Repair.